Coach Julie Germaine, and this is the first video in a series that I'll be sharing to help you overcome shin splints. This is a problem that I know a lot about personally. I did suffer from shin splints back in 2008 when I was preparing for one of my provincial shows. Unfortunately, this was caused by me doing a combination of breakdancing, gymnastics, and also running on city streets. So I was used to running on the gravel, and changing over to doing a lot of cardio on cement made it really hard on my lower limbs. And unfortunately, I used techniques to treat the pain and mask the pain. So my shin splints actually turned into fractures. So I have not really been running much since then, but I've decided that I want to become a runner and just have this really great, easy form of cardio to be able to do outside in all seasons. And I've been doing a lot of research on how I can become a runner again, so I just thought I would share what I'm learning with you. So this first video is just going to talk about how to know if you're getting shin splints and what to watch for, as well as some massage techniques. And then in future videos, I'm going to give you some other tools that you can use to massage, as well as talk about some stretches and some strengthening exercises that you can do that will help you become a better runner. And I'm also going to touch on running techniques that I've learned, because I think there's a lot of misinformation out there. So I'm just trying to help you clear that up and become a better runner that does not suffer from pain. So my first piece of advice when you think you're getting shin splints, and I know you don't want to hear it, but stop running. If there's an activity that you're doing that's causing injury to your body, then you are just better to lay off of it, let your body recover, and treat the injury before you just push through. This is not one of those injuries that you want to just push through. Also, if you can use ice and topical pain relievers to treat the pain and to mask the pain, but just remember that that's what they're doing. They're not healing when you do that. It's just helping you sleep better if the aches are keeping you up at night. But it's not intended for you to put a topical pain reliever, for example, on your shins and then feel like you can go for a run. That's going to be a road to serious injury, and serious injuries can take a long time to recover from, if ever fully 100%. And finally, find different ways to work on your endurance, which is something that I know you want to build if becoming a runner is important to you. So you can work on strength training or hop on the bike and do some spinning. So that will build up your cardiovascular health and make you more able to run when your body is better cooperating. And finally, let's talk a little bit about how the legs work so that you can better understand where the injury is, and maybe I can help you assess which part you need to focus on for this first video for massage. So where I'm going to suggest you start is by doing a little bit of a lower leg inspection yourself and seeing where you find areas of tenderness. So the muscles involved when you're running is the tibius anterior, which is responsible for dorsiflexion, which is when you lift the toes, and then the calf muscles, of course, which is the gastrocnemius, and then the soleus, and that's responsible for plantar flexion. So those work together, and when there's something that is knotted up or tight, then you might have a more jarring run when you land, and it can just keep the whole mechanics of it from working properly. So I would suggest grabbing some lotion and try to work up towards the heart, towards the middle of the body. But these massage techniques, you'll see I work down sometimes too, just to get a little bit more pressure there. So I begin on the front. You know, you're kind of going to want to work up the side of the bone and see if you find any areas that are sensitive, tender, where you feel knots. And if you find something, then just stop, apply a little bit of pressure, You know, you can kind of work in circles a little bit there and slow down your raking of the muscle, just to give that muscle time to sort of open up and ease out some of that tension. And now this is something that you can do, you know, 5 to 10 minutes a day, or at least a few times a week if that's all you can manage. And over time, it's really gonna help you. You're gonna start to notice a big difference. I still have a few knots. I'm sure you'll hear me complain about in a moment. But I used to have to bite on my hand when I was getting deep tissue massage. That was something that was really, really painful when they got in my calves. So there's been a huge improvement for me there. So like I have more of my knots up high, which I believe is more common. So that's on that side. Now you also want to run it, you know, just inside the bone there. You'll feel where the muscle is, and you can flex or point to try to just change up how deep you can go and make your body work with you. Another technique when you do find a knot, like let's say I found a knot here, hold on to it, apply pressure, and then slowly pull your hand up towards your body while you point your toe. That's a really great sort of dynamic way of working through these knots. Woo, that actually feels really good. I mean, there's moments where it's going to be pretty painful, but you should feel better at the end of it. And you will experience some soreness from doing these techniques too. So for the calf, you know, I find it easier to use my thumb. Start low, little circles to kind of massage up. See, I'm already getting to the good spot. And just like I said, if you find a knot, just stop on there and spend a little bit of time. Spread the love around too. Like if you have knots up here where I keep complaining about, and you worked on them really hard the day before, you spent, you know, a good 5 minutes massaging them through, then you don't need to irritate that area again the very next day. Maybe spend more time on another part of your leg and give that some time to heal. So this is also another great way to have the calves relax and be able to get a little bit better in there on your own. In the center, using the thumb, I find the best, but you can also, you know, push with your fingers and push up, and have a friend help you. Your running buddy can also be your recovery buddy. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully this helps. Ultimately, you want to see where you personally have your tightness and try to focus on that pretty frequently. But as I mentioned, spread the love around. That this whole lower leg needs to be nice and loose and working together properly. Now, please watch the upcoming videos because I have some great tools that are going to make doing this even easier for you, that I love to use, so I'm looking forward to sharing them. And just a disclaimer, of course, I'm not a physiotherapist and I'm not a doctor, and I do recommend you seek your professional help and advice, and use anything that I've mentioned here in conjunction with the advice that you get from medical professionals. I believe that if you can help yourself out on your own at home and do some homework, you're going to get better that much faster. So I really hope that you've learned something here and that it helps you. Thanks for watching.